So here's the big question. How are entrepreneurs like us, who have been hustling and struggling to make it to success, who seem to make it one step forward only to fall two steps back, who are dedicated, determined, and driven, how do we finally break through and win? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brian Kelly, and this is the Mind, Body, Business Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Business Show. Oh, my goodness, we bring the most amazing people to you so you can listen to and learn from their genius. And tonight is no exception. Tricia Grann Mingus is here with us. She is waiting, just chomping at the bit to get up here on stage and share her brilliance with you. And I can't wait to share her with you as well. What an amazing, amazing young woman she is from so many aspects. And we'll get into the details of her incredible integrity and character and her love for people and helping, and her incredible intelligence and experience that she brings for you tonight, right here on the Mind, Body, Business Show. I cannot wait. She's coming soon. The Mind, Body, Business Show is a show we had developed with you in mind. It's a show by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. The sole purpose and mission of this show is to help you, the audience member, the person watching or listening on podcasts, to give you the tools you need to become more successful more quickly. That's what we all want, is more rapid results. And we want, but results that don't come at any cost of our integrity or character. Very clear about that. And that's what happens. I bring on guest after guest, successful person after successful person like Tricia. And each and every time they give their wisdom, their value, their golden nuggets. So I implore of you to take notes through this, because when they talk, take notes and then take action when the show is over and go back over your notes. This is like a free seminar every single week. This week is special. We're doing 2 shows this week. We normally do 1. It's because we have a special guest. It's Tricia. Come on now. All right. And one of the things I found in my now many years on this planet, I'll be 57 real soon. I just said that out loud. That is crazy. Hard to believe. It's awesome, though. Every year's a victory. About the last decade or so, I just began studying only successful people and wondered what made them perhaps more successful than someone like me. I mean, do they not put their pants on one leg at a time if they're a man, or do they run and jump and land in them and they have superpowers? What is it that they do, and why are they more successful? And in that study, I learned and found 3 things that kept bubbling to the top each and every time to a person. These very successful people, they had these 3 key components, and they are the very name of this show. Mind being that they have a very positive and, even more importantly, very flexible mindset. Body is all about taking care of one's own body through nutrition, through exercise. And then business is multifaceted. There's things like sales, marketing, team building, leadership, systematizing. I could go on a long time. And what these successful individuals had done that I studied is they had mastered the skill sets required to build a successful and thriving business and to grow it. And all those skill sets were part of that. The good news is, look, if you're going to master any one thing, we all know it takes a long time. If you want to be coined an expert, I think the sweet number is something like 10,000 hours that you're doing it before you can call yourself an expert. Well, who's got 10,000 hours times the multitude of those skill sets that are needed to master for a business? Not many of us. So the good news is, if you master just one of them, and I mentioned it, it's one of those that I mentioned. If you master just one of those, then the rest will fall into place. And that one skill set is the skill set of leadership. And once you master that, you can then bring in those who have mastered those skill sets that you have yet to master and may never master, to be honest. And they can then take and fill those gaps for you in your business. So that is what the Mind, Body, Business Show is all about, is about what makes people successful, eliciting that from my guests, who will then gladly and graciously give out their quote unquote secrets to success. And just a hint, there's really no secret, and you'll learn as we go through this. The more shows you watch, Tricia, I'm sure, will give you every bit of advice and secret you need to know to crush it. without watching another single show. And that's just the way she rolls. She's amazing. And another wonderful, wonderful thing about very successful people, don't worry, Latricia's coming on very, very soon, is that to a person, they are also very voracious readers of books. And with that, I like to segue into a segment I affectionately call Bookmarks.
Bookmarks. Born to read. Bookmarks. Ready, steady, read. Bookmarks. Brought to you by ReachYourPeakLibrary.com.
There you see it, ReachYourPeakLibrary.com. A word of advice to everyone watching and or listening is to write that down. And not just that, but any resource that more than myself that Latricia gives you tonight, write it down instead of clicking on a tab and going off and searching and looking. Because when you take your gaze away, your eyes go to a different place, your attention goes with it. And I would just so hate for you to miss that golden nugget that Latricia is about to drop that could change your life for better, for forever. And so this is the advice I give each and every show. I do this from stage, is keep your gaze and your attention span with us. Take notes, write down the websites, write down the resources, write down the book titles and all those things. And then later you can go back to them. But keep your gaze here because Latricia's coming on here in just a couple minutes once I get done gabbing about all this great stuff. Reach Your Peak Library is literally a resource that I had built with you in mind. It is here because I myself was not a voracious reader until about 10 years ago. And then I learned, oh my goodness, this is the most transforming thing you could do in your life. And it doesn't come at a great cost. So I put this together. What it is a library of books that I personally read that had profound impact either on my business or my personal life or both. And you can see as we scroll down and show you this on screen as we do this live on video, that there is no rhyme nor reason to the order that these books are listed at all. They're not alphabetic. They're not in order of how much profound impact they had on my life. I just dropped them and had them put in here the moment I finished reading them and just said, put them in there. I don't care what order. So this is here for you to just find that one book that jumps off the page that you haven't read and just click the button and get it. This is not, I repeat, not a money-making website per se. Oh my goodness. If you've ever tried selling books, you'll know that there's very little margin. This isn't the reason. The reason is not for making money. It's to provide you with a valuable resource that I never had when I started reading. I just got great advice by great mentors on what books to read and kept following along with that. Speaking of following along with that, it's time to follow into our next segment. What do you say we bring on the amazing Tricia Grann Mingus right now? Let's do it.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the one, the only Tricia Grann Mingus. You are on live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Live from Las Vegas.
I love it. Real quick, I promise we're going to get to you in just a second. But real quick, some housekeeping. Got to pay the bill, so to speak, and bring up our sponsor. And you see that nice big red circle above Latricia's left shoulder to the right of your screen if you're watching this video, either live or recording. That is the Big Insider Secrets. That is Jason Nast. He is the president and founder of that company. And because of him and his company, we get to offer you a chance at a 5-night vacation stay at a 5-star luxury resort. And again, compliments of the Big Insider Secrets. So thank you, Jason, for that. We will give you the exact method for entering to win that here toward the end. So you must stay with us till the end, and you must be watching live in order to enter. So those are only 2 rules there. And we have a couple more, and then we'll get to this amazing young woman here and have a great show. If you're struggling with putting a live show together and it's overwhelming and you want a lot of the processes done for you while still enabling you to put on a high quality show and connect with great people like Tricia Grann Mingus and grow your business all at the same time, then head on over to carpetbombmarketing.com. Carpet Bomb Marketing. Saturate the marketplace with your message. And one of the key components that is contained in the Carpet Bomb marketing courses, this is one that you will learn how to absolutely master, is the very service we use to stream our live shows right here on the Mind Body Business Show. In fact, we're doing it right now. Over the course of over 9 years, I've used so many of these quote unquote TV studio solutions for live streaming. And I'm here to tell you that Streamyard is the best of the best. It combines supreme ease of use along with unmatched functionality. So you can literally start streaming high quality live videos free right now. Don't do it now. And write this down, ryp.im/streamlive. One more time, ryp.im/streamlive. And now, at last, we are going to give Tricia the introduction she so richly deserves. Tricia Grann Mingus is the COO and co-founder of Grann Mingus Entertainment Group, Right On Cue Radio, a promotions and marketing company and online radio station located in, you guessed it, Las Vegas, Nevada. For 25 years. There's no way she could have this experience. She can't be that old. Tricia developed significant experience in the areas of business administration, program and project management, instructor-led training, virtual instructor-led training, business analytics, strategic planning and implementation. Yeah, she knows business, information technology, and customer service. Tricia is a wife, mother to 4 amazing adult children. Yes, I have 2 of those. Persistent entrepreneur, life coach in No Fear Coaching since 2010, and the host of Live Talks, a daily talk show currently broadcasting on where else but Right On Cue Radio, her radio network. Whoo, with that.
Ooh, you deserve the round of applause.
Oh, man, I need to go work out some more. I'm out of breath already. Oh, goodness. How are you doing this evening, Tricia? Welcome to the show.
I am well, Brian. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate this opportunity. I'm very honored.
The honor is mine, and that is because I got to know you, and we didn't talk that long. There was like this synergy, this connection.
Mm-hmm.
And what came out to me was you ooze with integrity and character.
Thank you.
It just comes out of your pores. And
thank you.
Yeah, you're just an amazing individual. And I loved when we were talking what you said your mission or your purpose was and what you and your husband are embarking on. And we'll get into that definitely deeper as the show progresses. I cannot wait for everyone else to hear this. And you just come off as you've got it all. You've got the heart, you've got the experience, you've definitely got the smarts and know-how. You've got the full package, and you've got a supporting husband that you're both doing in this business together. That's game changing right there, to have a spouse that supports and vice versa. So so many things about you impressed me, Tricia, and I'm so glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule to come on and be here with us tonight.
It is my pleasure, and again, it's my honor. And I have to say, I just could not have asked for a better intro. I don't think I've ever been introduced in that manner. So thank you so much. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm just very excited to be here.
It's going to be a lot of fun. What I like to do is find out. So we know that you are very adept at business. I mean, the opening bio says a lot. And I love that. It gives everyone an idea that, well, Tricia is real. She's not a tire kicker. She's not a wannabe. She is a business person, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I like to do is kind of go in a little deeper.
Okay.
A little deeper. And what that means is, in order for anyone to achieve success, something has to be going on correctly between those 2 ears.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, what I wanted to find out, like every day, being an entrepreneur, it's super, super simple. We never have issues. It's just like an easy glide through life, right? No, nothing could be farther from the truth. So knowing that every day, you're going to be faced with a new task, a new challenge. What is going on inside of that wonderful, beautiful brain of yours when you get up in the morning and you're about to take on the day? What is going on with your mindset? What are you going through? What are you doing on a daily basis that keeps you going through all of the arduous tasks and all the challenges that hit you every single day to keep moving forward? For you, what is that?
For me, it is the time that I take in prayer. It is my prayer time. If I don't start my day with my prayer time, it is a hot mess for the rest of the day. It's my prayer time, and just taking the time to be thankful. You understand? It's not about asking for a bunch of things, because as you stated, when you wake up in the morning, you know, the motor's already running. So to put all of that on pause and just to say, thank you for opening my eyes today. Thank you that I have breath. Thank you that I made it through the night. Thank you for just giving me another chance to get it right. Okay, that for me sets the day. I can do everything after I've had that moment in prayer. Absolutely.
And we were talking a little bit before the show. I think we share belief system in that arena, and I couldn't be more agreeable. Even if folks aren't a believer, like
That's right.
It's what a lot of people call an attitude of gratitude. It doesn't matter what your belief system is. You can all do this by going through and just, what are you grateful for? And there's great ways to do this exercises that they seem kind of corny. Say you're out driving, say, well, I'm grateful that I can see.
That's right.
This morning, I'm grateful I can see this dreary sky, even if it's raining. I'm grateful I can feel this water. That, you know, you just go, there's so many things to be grateful for. And when you start your day out like that, so you're listening to the recipe for success. I'm not kidding, guys. If a recipe, Tricia, have you ever baked a cake?
Yeah, I'm not a baker. I'll cook, but I'm not a baker.
Either am I. But could you, if you were given a recipe for a cake, do you think you could figure it out? Like, go get the ingredients it says to get, the sugar, the flour, the whatever they put in. I don't even know if they put in eggs, and then follow the directions, mix it in a bowl, slap it in a pan, throw it in an oven after you preheat it to whatever. You could probably make a pretty darn good cake if you had a good recipe, right?
Absolutely.
And so with entrepreneurship or business or success in life, there's really no difference. Just, you have a recipe. You just heard it. All you have to do is follow it.
Yep.
Like I said, it's not rocket science. There's no big secret. It's just knowing the things that successful people do, and you just model them. Go ahead. You had something to say, Tricia.
I was going to say the attitude of gratitude is not something that I've always made a major part of my day. It really took for me to go through some stuff first. You know, we get mired down in all of the happenings of life. We become very frustrated or irritated. Sometimes it even goes farther than that, depressed and all of that. And I had to go through a very difficult season in my life where it took everything that I had just to say, okay, there's got to be something about this life that is still worth living. And that's where the attitude of gratitude started kicking in, because, like, listen, you know, whether you are currently an entrepreneur, whether you are working for another company, whatever it is, you've got to start that day remembering that there's so much more going on than just that job or that business that you have. And you got to be thankful for just being able to play the game. You know, wow. That's what it is for me. I had to go through some stuff, Brian. Say, okay.
It's interesting that often that seems to be the case, isn't it? That a lot of times we need to go through some kind of trial in order to come out on the other side. It lights a different fire under our butts. It changes our course. And oftentimes looking back, I can see why that happened now, right?
Right.
I can see why that was allowed to occur in my life. Okay, I got it. At the time, though, you're going, oh my gosh, I can't take it. What is this all about? So just stay the course. And follow what Tricia says. Pray in the beginning, in the morning. Start your day with prayer.
And one other thing too, we are so trained to wonder, why me? Why is this happening to me? I started to flip that question to why not me? When you change how you look at that, why not me? Doesn't matter how dire the circumstances are. Why not? Why shouldn't I be the one going through this? Why should it be someone else? Because once we get our minds into alignment with that, our decision-making process then shifts from being a victim to being a problem solver, resolution finder. Why not me? Okay, I obviously have something in me that can handle whatever this is. And guess what? You've been through some things before. So I'm absolutely certain that you've got some tools now to make it through whatever this is, business or otherwise. Yep.
Why not me?
Mm-hmm.
You know it's coming. That's right. Knowledge bombs, smart bombs, bombs of wisdom, all from Tricia Grann Mingus. Listen, mindset is one of the key components of success, and Tricia is giving them to you right now. So be sure to write this down and follow this, and get in the habit of it. Especially the attitude of gratitude. That is such an easy thing to form a habit for. Just write. You don't even have to write a list. Just put a reminder, gratitude, and you get up. Yeah, and do it for, I don't know, a few minutes. Start off slow and then grow to 5 to 10, however long it takes for you to start rewiring your brain for better. And that's what I'm telling you, after I was about 47, Tricia, when I finally realized I had no idea that everything, my place in life, my either level of success or lack thereof, had nothing to do with any outside forces. It was what was going on in the cranium.
Mm-hmm.
And once I realized that and started doing work on that, wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I never would have met someone like you had that not happened.
Oh, thank you. And I could say vice versa.
All seriousness, it wouldn't have happened because it just changed everything. I learned something called NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and at a deep level, taught it from stage, and just it was a life changer. It's a science. It's not woo-woo. I know I used to be like that way, Tricia. I was like, get away from me. No. And then after I learned it at a deep level, I said, you can't take my face, so I'm good. That was the main reason I was there. So fantastic. All right, we got a couple of things going on that I need to take care of. Apparently, we're having some connectivity issues. There's one. All right, we're reconnected. So that was nice and easy. So, you have done a lot in your short time on this planet. The bio was reflective of that. Now, if you were able to rewind and go take a step back into the younger Tricia, and you knew what you knew today, what would you have done differently, if anything, going back to, say, when you first began making those career decisions earlier on in your life?
I would have become an entrepreneur straight out of high school. Yep.
Yes.
That's the change I would have made. I would have skipped past all of the, jobs that you weren't happy with and all of the shenanigans and office politics. And I would have just gone for my own space. Pretty much. And what I realized is, in being an entrepreneur, I just happened to pretty much what I've always sort of done. My mindset, my thought processes, it's all pretty much been the same for as long as I can remember. It's great being older and wiser and having the tools to properly apply, but I think the trial and error would have been well worth it. Well worth it.
It's interesting. I have similar thoughts. I came from the corporate world myself as well. And, I totally get it. The hijinks and the everything. But I also, and I know you did too, took a lot from it experience-wise to inject into my current business.
Yep.
And the good thing is you learn what you don't like as an experience. You learn what kind of meetings want to make you just
right.
It's like you learn a lot of good things too, like good structure, how important it is to document your systems. And that doesn't mean you have to put pen to paper anymore. You could record video. This is what I do all the time, record the screen and talk, or have my team do it. So I got a lot of good stuff from it, and I just hang my head on that, because the bad was, I felt it from you. It was the same as I felt the same way. When you said it, I was just like,
right. There's a reason we work for ourselves.
Yeah, and it's interesting, it's like I don't look, and I know you don't do this either, but I don't look back and go, oh man, I
Right.
wasted all that time. It wasn't a waste at all, because you and I both got a great life experience from it.
Yes, indeed.
And we learned what to go away from that we didn't like, which is just as important as what to go toward. So I'm not going to cry in my milk, and I know you won't either. Is that how you say it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Cry
over spilled milk, whatever it is, cry in your beer, whatever it is.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes. All right. Fantastic. So, do you ever have like alone or downtime where you're able to kind of recharge and just sit back and do stuff that you want to do? I mean, in addition to your business, we all, as entrepreneurs, we do it because we love it. But do you have anything you do outside of the business that you enjoy, that you carve time out for, like a hobby or things that you enjoy doing?
Well, for me, outside of Grann Mingus Entertainment Group, right on Q Radio, is my other love, which is the No Fear coaching. That is my hobby. That is my love. I truly believe that my station in life is to assist others in transitioning from one state of being into the next, and for it to be, to help them progress from that place of feeling stuck, that place of feeling uninspired, that place of feeling helpless, to that space of strength, and just being able to say, hey, I may not have it all together, but I know I can make it. That to me is my go-to. It's what I love. Yeah.
Her hobby is a business. I love it. It's coaching.
My hobby is a business, right? I mean, I enjoy singing and cooking and that type of stuff. But there aren't hobbies that I would stop and cook. I do love to travel. I will say that I do love to travel.
Yeah. Wow. We have so many things in common, Tricia. I mean, people ask me that question too. When's the last time you went golfing? I said, I don't know, but I don't care, because I'm doing what I like doing right now. I'm enjoying it. And I love to travel too. My wife and I, we love to travel. We go on the Smooth Jazz cruise whenever we can.
Nice.
Several times. Oh my goodness. That is off the charts. The best cruise on the planet. Yeah. And due to recent events, we're not going to be able to make this one that's coming up, but next one will be all over.
The next one.
Absolutely. And it's being with the one you love, more than anything on the planet. Isn't that fulfilling? And when you're coaching that one person and you get to that point where they have just hit that unstuckness, where it's probably stepwise and they're getting to the crescendo, but when you start to see the improvement because of things you've helped them do, is that gratifying?
Oh my goodness. For me, I literally feel like I'm going to just get out in the street and dance, because I remember being there myself. And it was someone who did a group coaching in a training program that I belonged to at the time. And boy, once those lights started going off, I said, okay, this is what I'm meant to be doing here.
And here's what I love about that. You took a negative experience that occurred to you and you turn it into a positive for everyone else. That's the beauty of, going through trials, and you thought, see what the reason was for you.
Yep.
I put you through that, or allowed you to go through that, so that you could now help people.
Yep.
Because you weren't the only one. We all doesn't it feel like when you're going through it, you are the only one on the planet that's ever experienced something like this? Yeah. It's
indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And just knowing that other people, I mean, just that alone. When you tell somebody you're not alone, and I know XYZ person is doing the same thing, you're like, I feel better already. I'm not all the way there, but that certainly helps. Have you ever noticed that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not afraid to share some of the tidbits of my personal journey when I coach people, because people want to know, first of all, that they're not alone, but they also want to know they can trust what you're telling them. I'm not an expert, but I know what I know, and I just aligned my training with my life experience to give it the double whammy. So I'm not ashamed to say I've been where you are, and I can't experience it as you do, but I know how I felt when I went through that. So yes.
And for folks watching and listening to this, what she just said applies to business in general, in all facets, is being authentic and having some level of transparency. Look, you don't have to give away everything
Right.
about your secret. You don't have to open up that closet and reveal all. But
Right.
you can be transparent and let people know you're human, and do it authentically, not just to do it, but just as part of what you like to do. Then people will relate to you. People will be more apt to do business with you, to talk to you.
Yep.
It's like an opening door. Like, wow, well, you're not Superwoman. You're normal, even though we know Tricia is Superwoman behind the scenes. But
did you see the cake? I'm just kidding.
I saw the cake. Yeah, I think your husband was carrying it behind you right before the show. Like, wow, it's gonna be fun.
Fluffing the cape.
Give it a little press, there's a little crease in there.
Oh boy.
But yeah, to show others you have struggles. I mean, look, we go on Facebook and all we see is, oh, look, I'm on vacation and I had this and I'm drinking this exotic cocktail and life is grand and there are no problems. And we're looking at this compared to our lives going, that ain't the way it works with me. How can they get it that way? Well, guarantee you they got stuff going on. Everyone.
That's right.
Everyone does.
Right. Every person. Yep. No, I don't just magically snap my fingers and both legs are in the pants. I've got to put them on one at a time like everyone else.
You just do it quicker and more efficiently.
Hey, some days I don't know. I don't know some days.
I mean, these days, we don't even need pants.
Well, because we're all from here to here. There you go.
I mean, if we're being authentic and transparent, I'm literally wearing workout shorts at this very moment.
I have on leggings.
I've done this well before COVID. I've always done this. It's just comfortable. I'm barefoot. My feet are on an earthing pad. I'm just enjoying and relaxed. I got air conditioning going.
Yes.
But the appearance is professional because I'm here to not just represent myself, but also you, Latricia. And that means a lot to me. And, but I can be transparent and tell people I'm in workout shorts while I'm doing this. That's fine. I don't mind if people know that. I learned that from a guy who, this is going a long way back. All those talk show, there were wars like Arsenio Hall. There were several others. Dennis Miller had his own. I think it was his show. I had a buddy who was asked to come on as a lookalike. This guy had the chin of Jay Leno. I'm telling you, my buddy just looked just like him. So he had a Letterman lookalike, a Leno lookalike, and all these things. And when the guy came back, my friend, I asked him about his experience. He goes, the one thing that stuck out with him was Dennis Miller during the shoot in the studio was wearing like a Godfather suit, right? A zoot suit kind of thing with the things in his cheeks. He said when he got up, he was wearing shorts. It blew him away.
Right.
And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to start doing that with my live shows. It doesn't matter. People can't see them.
Because no one can see. Just don't stand. Just don't stand up. You'll be all right. Somebody, I think, on CNN got in trouble for that one or something happened. I don't remember. But just got to be careful. These Zooms, people get in trouble.
He did a little more than most would. Yeah, I would love to give you a standing ovation, Latricia, but out of respect for you, I won't. Not at this moment. I'll put on pants and do that then. But I am close, just so everybody knows. This is going down bad. All right. I do want to bring up your business. I'm very intrigued by what you and your husband have put together on many fronts. Maybe we start with the entertainment side of the house with your network. And what is your mission together with you and your husband for this network, and what are you looking to achieve?
So Grann Mingus Entertainment Group Right on Cue Radio is the brainchild of my husband, who is the grandchild of Charles Mingus. And I don't know if you're familiar with jazz, but he was a world famous composer. And my husband is I believe his oldest grandson. And so in the early 90s, he got into the entertainment industry and just felt like something wasn't quite right. So he backed off and just continued on with his aspirations, with his craft and his gift, But he wanted to find a way to help artists who were up and coming that maybe felt like him in terms of being involved with the mainstream industry. So he started his queued up showcases where he would just produce shows for them to perform. Flashback many years later, he and I met, and he asked me to come on board and help him. So Grann Mingus Entertainment Group right on Q Radio was born, and our specific focus is to provide a safe, loving promotions and marketing platform for up and coming undiscovered entertainers. That is what we do. Right on Q Radio features the music of up and coming artists. We play little to no mainstream music. So every song that we play on our network comes from an up and coming entertainer. We play music of all genres. We get music from all around the world. We just got something from South Africa last week. Sweden. We've gotten music from the UK, from Ghana, from New Zealand, and all around the United States. So we are so proud. Our little engine that couldn't definitely has. We are broadcasting to just over 90 countries at this time.
Wow. Is that internet-based, terrestrial, both?
It's internet.
That's the way to go too.
It's internet.
More that way. And what I love about it is you're giving the quote unquote little guy, little girl, the ability, the opportunity to showcase their talent. Is all the music, are they all original pieces, or can they cover for other well-known talent as well?
All the music we get, we do have a few cover songs, but the majority of the music is original content.
Wow. So you're showcasing also not just their vocal and maybe instrumental talent, but also their writing skills as well.
Exactly. Yes, it's exciting.
What's that? Oh, there's a show that came on recently that we love, Songland.
I think I've heard of it. I don't do a whole lot of TV, so if you're running off the TV shows, I may not be able to keep up with you because I don't. This is what we do all day, every day. So
it's similar in the fact that it's a competition type thing, but it's writers of music who come on and perform their own pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's mind blowing because their talent is they should be the one headlining the song on stage.
Exactly.
And they just, it's really cool. So I love what you're doing. You're giving people an avenue, a channel. And so for everyone watching right now, whether it's live or recorded, or if you're listening on a podcast, if either you have talent, and please make sure you've got someone else to tell you have talent.
That's okay. Send it anyway. We take it all. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll all get on the air, but it doesn't matter because there's probably someone looking for exactly what you do.
Ooh, I love it. And so what would be the best way for them to get their work to you?
We have a dedicated email address. It's epksubmissions@grannmingus.com. So it's EPK for electronic press kit. So if you're familiar with what that is, it's just epksubmissions@grannmingus.com. And we'll take a look at it. We're asking that you send it in MP3 format because that's what our system plays. Sometimes MP4s work, but really MP3 is our go-to. And if you can send us your artist name, a brief bio, and maybe a picture or two, because in addition to loading your music into our playlist, we also provide promotion services through our social media. So we're going to create flyers for you and just let people know who you are and all of that. We do have paid packages as well. So if you want a little bit more, then you can certainly visit our website and sign up for one of the packages. But just to get your music in the queue, it's EPK Submissions, electronic press kit, EPK Submissions @grannmingus.com.
That's fantastic. Cool. So there you have it. If you are either you have talent or you know somebody else who's looking to get their music heard, then definitely just steer them to this show and have them watch it, and they'll get the information. Mm-hmm. The cool thing about coming to this show to get the information is you get to meet and get to know this amazing young woman and realize that what their interests are. They have your interests at heart. They're looking to help people. That is what drives both Tricia and her husband.
Yes.
Can we say your husband's name on the air?
Yes. Grann Mingus. He just goes by Grann Mingus.
Oh, okay. I remembered a different name that I got wrong the way I pronounced it.
Oh, you know what? Listen, I'm not going to get, the cold shoulder after I finish this interview. We're going to leave it with Grann Mingus. If he wants to give his government name, he can do that on another time.
Cool, because I wasn't going to say it and get it wrong again, because I respect both.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Go down that path.
It's all right.
And so, in addition to that, you have several things going on, and I wanted to also touch base on another thing you're doing as far as you are putting in as part of a package for businesses. This is for both businesses, as I understand it, and for entertainers to help promote either or both cases. So if you're an entertainer, you need to promote yourself and your talent or your band, whatever you have. Or if you're a business and you need to, they're both businesses. Let's just get that straight.
That's right. Music is a business.
You offer packages for folks. And as part of those packages, you've thrown in a nice little twist. I was just going to leave that to you to explain that, because I think this is genius. This is wonderful what you guys are doing.
So for every package that you purchase, a portion of the proceeds goes to help us feed families. As Grann Mingus Entertainment Group, right on Q Radio, we decided early on that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so we have, as a business, we have our Acts of Kindness Everyday initiative. And the first campaign under that is our Feed the Families campaign. So we decided to start small. We are assisting in partnership with the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation. So when you purchase one of your sponsorship packages or an artist promotions package, partial proceeds will go to help us put together packages that we then present to some of the families that are being serviced by the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation.
That is awesome. And what I love is that it's built into your business model. It's not like an additional, so if you want to also contribute, but it's part of it. So just by doing business with you guys, they are making a difference, and you are making a difference. And thank you for both you and your husband's heart for putting something like that together. Like you said, you're starting out small. Here's the thing I love to say, for especially, it's almost every guest that's been on my show, probably everyone. But what I wish for you and your husband is that you get blessed with an abundance of wealth.
Oh, thank you.
And the reason is because it's pretty conceivable that what you and your husband will do with additional money is scale and change more lives.
Absolutely.
It's so apparent that that's what drives you to. And so I hope that you are just blessed with showering from the heavens, lots and lots of wealth, so that you can spread what you're doing, help more families, help more organizations. Wow, that hit me right. That tugged at the heartstrings. Childhood cancer. I can't imagine being a parent and going through something like that. My husband, a very good friend of his, lost his battle a few years back. And so we, it's just something that, listen, we all have lost a loved one, just one thing or another. So you got to start somewhere. But we just felt like, wow, especially this particular organization, because a lot of the larger organizations get more of the attention. So they get more of the donations. So they are not as big as some of the others like St. Jude's and Susan G. Komen and all those national organizations. They're pretty local. So we wanted to make sure we did our part to help out. And you're absolutely right. Our Acts of Kindness Everyday initiative, we plan to expand that. We have already drafted out programs to help our seniors, to help our veterans, to help people that are coming out of abusive relationships and things of that nature. So we have an entire
plan. It's just we had to start somewhere, so we wanted to start with the kiddos.
I mean, yeah, you could have started with any one of those and it's the right answer. It doesn't matter which one you start with. It's the fact that you started. And that's the message that I would like to impart upon everyone who might be thinking, well, I got 5 of them and I just can't get started because I don't know which one to go with. Pick one.
Just
you
one.
know, if you have to, draw it out of a hat, whatever.
Right. Exactly.
Because, you know, you wouldn't be even considering doing it unless it made an impact, a positive impact.
Absolutely.
So just grab one and go, take action. So you're big into helping others to promote and get their name, their likeness, their brand, their image, their company, what have you, out there for the world to see, so that, you know, their business can thrive. And one of my favorite questions that I get to ask on this show is around that. It's, what is your and your husband's, what I call, sweet spot today? What is working for you right now? Because let's face it, I'm talking about marketing. Marketing, what used to work 10 years ago doesn't always work today. And what's working today may not be working very well 10 years from now. And so it's always about what is working now when it comes to marketing, because it's a moving target. For you and your business together, what have you found lately, the latest best form of marketing that has worked for your business and more importantly for your clients, to get them the exposure and everything they're looking for, that you guys offer?
It's actually one of the oldest ways of marketing. It's just our street team promotions, the person-to-person interactions. Hi, how you doing? My name is Tricia with Grann Mingus Entertainment Group. This is what we do. You have a business, we'd love to help. Or, hey, we have a client, Brian Kelly, who's looking to increase his presence online. We would love for you to check out his show. Here's an invitation to one of his live interview shows. Yep. And it works. It's been working for my husband for the better part of 30 years, and it still works just as well now, even in the time of all of the COVID stuff and everything else. It still works.
Amazing, isn't it? And
Yes,
we're talking about that magical word, I think, called relationships.
Absolutely.
I used to avoid that like the plague because I'm an automation freak. I love automation. I love being able to do big things with, you know, I build something once and it can repeatedly do big things
over and over. Love it.
And, you know, reach a lot more people. But the thing I found was automation by itself doesn't go anywhere. It's very difficult because, especially today, relationships now are more important than ever. They've always been. That's like one of the common threads through all of time when it comes to marketing and what works is relationship building. I don't think ever did not work. Right. People don't like to hear about it, me included at the time, because it's one at a time relationship that takes that 4-letter word called time to establish. And people, we have a instant gratification society, whether you're in the US or anywhere. We can, I mean, goodness sakes, I order something on Amazon and ding dong is practically, I barely touched the button to order.
Right, there it comes.
And so we get used to that and we expect it. And then when it comes to business, we're in the same boat. And it's like, this ain't working. So I'm going to go on to something else and just keep moving. But that's, yeah. So that's.
Well, one thing I can certainly say is this. There is a concept that they talk about in the Bible, but if you are a farmer, you're going to understand this. It's called the principle of seed time and harvest. So you plant those seeds, you get out, you meet that person hand to hand, you give it a little time, you're going to reap the harvest. And guess what? You never just get one stalk of corn. You know, you never just get one bush of whatever flowers. You're going to get many. So what happens is when you're building that rapport with someone face to face, they're going to go and tell people, we met that wonderful young man and he was just awesome. He made us laugh and you should check him out. See, so they don't just come back on their own. They come back with about 4 or 5 others. So it's very effective.
Planting seeds, ladies and gentlemen. As we plant some bombs. Taking some holes to drop those seeds into with those bombs, because that is so true. All of the networking events and seminars and boot camps and all those things I went to, I made so many amazing connections. And I can look back and think of several that happened 7-8 years ago that fast forward to like a year ago, I was making $1 million contracts with that person because you said the word, the magic word, it's relationships, it's building rapport.
Yep.
You know, establishing rapport with an individual. And you're right. You know, I met this gentleman a long time ago, and just by happenstance ran into him again. Guess where? In Las Vegas. We were at a business seminar, and I was like, "Oh my God, I know!" And I love this guy. And we just struck up a conversation. He then realized I was doing this show. One thing led to another, and it was just an amazing thing. All because of what Tricia just told you. Another secret to success is, you know, we're not looking here to go make a quick kill and on, you know, fast cash and then run with it. Right. We're looking at establishing a lifelong, long-term business that can keep going. I'm sure, Tricia, you and your husband want to keep a legacy long
Absolutely.
after.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And that can't be established if you're going after the quick kill. It has to be a long-term, nurtured relationship after relationship, build the business, foundation, culture of the business, and then you can pass it on to maybe one of your adult children if they're open to it, or someone else who's ready to take the reins when that time comes. But Absolutely. Your legacy will have been firmly planted because you guys did what it took to make sure this thing lasted.
Absolutely. And the interesting thing about it is my youngest son, William, who's also an entertainer with music that we play on the network. He is working with us and learning the ropes. So you're absolutely correct. We're building that legacy team.
Oh, that's got to be so fulfilling. I mean, gee, many Christmas. Oh, that would be so much. I'm a big family guy, and to be able to do that and have everyone kind of involved, even if, you know, I can imagine you guys didn't push him into it. He just said, I want to do it. I think, Tricia, were we separated at birth? Are we just identical twins?
The twins.
I mean, the resemblance is uncanny already.
There you go.
I like to say, you're like my sister from another mister.
There you go.
And
there
I'd say,
you go. I'll take it.
Before.
That's right. That's right. I'll take it.
And we are. You know, the way based on our belief system, we are brother and sister. We came
Absolutely.
From the same. And you know, let's everyone out there just get over this ridiculousness that's going on and just love each other.
That's right.
Help each other.
Divided cannot stand.
Yeah, lift each other up. And just let's all just be great humans with each other. Oh my goodness. Man, we're getting down to it. I was just checking the time. Oh, okay. This would be a good one. So I'm often curious, and I can imagine that people watching and listening are curious as well. What does a typical day for Tricia Grann Mingus look like? Like when you get up, and then how long do you work, and what do you do during the day? And then when your head hits the pillow, what happened in between that time?
Well, I can say that outside of my prayer time, the next piece of the puzzle is to organize my activities. I don't make a move until I have organized the activities of my day. I usually do it the day before, but sometimes things happen. So making sure that I organize the activities of my day, and then I answer emails on my phone. I'll do that for probably about an hour or so. And then I get to the computer, and it's all about doing everything that you do on the computer. 3 businesses here. So, and just taking the priorities. You get overwhelmed if you try to do everything all at the same time. So you give priority to the things. Like right now, we have an event that we're preparing for and promoting for on August 14th. So we're getting the artists to sign up in advance so they can come to Vegas, or if they're already here locally, they can get involved, and it will give them an opportunity for a PR package and distribution through one of the subsidiaries of Sony Music. So they're going to have an opportunity to try out and see if they can qualify for that. And so that's August 14th. So we're in the mix for that. And then we have a November event that's happening with another venture that we're involved with, where we are doing our 60-day stress less challenge. So we're promoting for that. And if you want to know anything about any of this stuff, guys, just go to grannmingus.com and send us a quick note, and we'll send you all the information you want. But, doing that. And then we have another client that we're bringing on. So it's organize, and then you take the priorities as they go. My work day is never longer than 6 hours.
Oh.
Never long. Well, I can't say never, but very rarely longer than 6 hours. And that's pushing it. It's usually between 4 to 5.
Wow. And you get a lot done in that time. How do you get so much done in such a short amount of time?
Organization, it's planning. Yes. It's prioritizing. Indeed.
It is so easy to get sidetracked on little ridiculous things. And then by the time you look up, it's like, whoa, the day's over and I didn't do anything on my list. Do you actually put stuff in, like, say, a calendar or something as if it were an appointment that has to get done? Or what do you do to make sure that your organized list gets accomplished? Is there anything beyond writing it out on a piece of paper or on a phone or somewhere else?
I do. I send myself notes. I'm old school. I mean, with all this technology, I was getting bogged down. They have project management software and apps and all that stuff that you can use. And they're great. They're wonderful if that's your thing. I'm an old school girl, like Post-it notes and all of that. So I have my version. I create my notes the night before. In the morning, I add anything that needs to be added, and I email it to myself to make sure that I'm remembering. It's that repetitive motion, that repetitive process that reminds me, okay, these are the things that I really need to focus on. And anything that is not a priority, I make sure that I put it to the side, whether it's in my mind, whether it's in my documentation, whatever it is, it's always to the side so that I can strictly focus on those things that have to get done.
And I think the key for everybody listening and watching is to write it down, to have it down either with pen or pencil or on a computer, notepad, whatever you use, but to have it down. I have to-do lists. I'm similar. I've got a to-do list on my notepad on my computer. I've got to-do lists on my
There you go.
I've got it, it's all over the place, but it works for me, right?
Yep.
That's the point, is do what works for you.
Absolutely.
We still have a beautiful, wonderful prize to give away. And one of the things I can't believe we're at the end already, Tricia. It's unbelievable.
It's going so fast.
Always
funny
does.
how time flies when you're having fun.
Yep. I'm telling you, we were separated. I was going to say that. That's what happens when twins, right? They think the same thing at the same time.
Think the same thing, yeah.
So I like to always close the show with a particular question. And I know you've watched the show earlier. Oh, I've got to say hello. Prince Io, big salute to both of you for all valuable information, peace and blessings. This guy is a startup. I met him about 7 or 8 years ago, and just I've talked to him several times since. Just a beautiful human. I love you, Prince. Thank you for coming on and saying hi.
Thank you.
But I asked this question of each individual because it's profound. I found the responses just kind of blew me away. I was like, didn't expect it. It can be a little bit personal, but not to worry. It's just a profound question. But before we do that, I promised those who watched live that they could enter to win a 5-night stay at a 5-star luxury resort. Compliments again of the biginsidersecrets.com. And I'll put the information up on the screen for those of you watching live with us right now. All you need to do, and you now have both of our permission to take your gaze away for just a moment and enter this website address into your phone, on your computer, tablet, whatever you're watching on. And that address is ryp.im/vacation, ryp.im/vacation. And all you do is you enter your information there on the form, and that will officially enter you in to win this. Well, we do this every show. I was going to say this weekly prize, but it's every doggone show that we do, no matter how often we do them, and because we're doing them twice this week. So that is that. I hope you win. Enter that. Do that quickly because we're going to ask Tricia that big, heavy-hitting question. My goodness, there should be a drum roll for this. Maybe we'll drop some bombs. The good news with this, Tricia, is there's no such thing as a wrong answer to this question. It flat out does not exist. The reason is because it's personal because it's unique to you. That's the only way it's personal, because the only correct answer will be your answer. It can't be wrong, and the only right one is yours, because it's an interesting question that way. And I love to be able to ask this. So just know that. And if it takes you a few moments to think about it, ponder, that's fine. If you get it immediately, that's fine, because it's your answer. It's unique to you. So there's absolutely zero pressure, and it's actually fun because I get to be on the receiving end along with everyone else who's watching and listening to your remarkable answer, because it's going to be yours. And coming from you, it will be remarkable. We all know. So with all that build up, are you ready?
I am ready.
I knew you would be. All right, here we go. Tricia Grann Mingus, how do you define success?
That's a great question. For me, success is being able to live your life on your terms. It is being able to roll through the challenges of life with your mind, your body, and your business intact. Success is having people you love. Success is learning the lessons of life and not repeating the same problems that we go through. Sometimes we have to circle a few times. But success is just being able to be happy about the life that you're living and having peace. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's yours, and live it on your terms. And I can promise that's going to feel like success. It does for me.
You know what's coming. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Tricia Grann Mingus, the amazing, amazing young woman doing some incredible things with her business, with her husband, helping people, serving people, donating to worthwhile organizations from their proceeds for their packages. Definitely get in touch with her. And on that note, Tricia, what is the go-to way for folks to get in touch with you and your husband and have that conversation to take it to the next level? Because you guys are involved in so many things. I can only imagine a lot of people want to get in touch with you.
It's very simple. They can fill out one of the contact forms at grannmingus.com. It's going to send a notification to us to let us know that you see the button in the right, or I guess maybe that's the right corner. It says get in touch. Fill it out. It'll let us know, and we'll reach back out to you. And it's a lot easier when you fill in all the details so that we have all the information to get in touch with you.
Yeah, there you go. Every field, just make it required and just fill it out.
Absolutely.
Do it. But that'll save Tricia and her husband time, and it will save you time as well. The more information you give, and be clear about why you're wanting to connect with them, as you heard many different things on this show. So help make that connection work as efficiently as possible, as quickly as possible, because let's face it, Tricia and her husband, they've got work to do. They've got people to serve, people to help, and they want to help you as well. So be sure to reach out. You can tell, I mean, come on, she's so approachable, such a wonderful human being, and I am so blessed to now be able to call you friend. And you're my sister, so we know that. But appreciate you, Tricia. I look forward to the day where you and I meet in person, along with your husband. I can't wait to meet him as well. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting the good fight. you're on a great path, in my humble opinion. I appreciate you.
Thank you. And we appreciate you as well for giving us this opportunity.
My pleasure. Oh my goodness.
Oh, one last thing. Can I say just one quick thing? If you're interested in life coaching, you can still fill out the form there at grannmingus.com and just say life coaching, and it'll get to where it belongs. So if you're interested in that as well.
Yes, and look, you can take advantage of Tricia's life experiences, and that's the great thing about it. That's what makes a life coach a great coach, because they've been through very likely what you're going through and can help you get through it. She did. So definitely reach out to her for that as well. Good. All right. Well, I hate to say it, but all good things do come to an end. There's one good thing that will never come to an end, but that's a discussion for another show. That both Tricia and I know what we're talking about there, and many of you, I'm sure, do too. But with that, thank you, Tricia. You've been an absolute blessing, and that's a wrap. On behalf of this amazing young lady, Tricia Grann Mingus, I am Brian Kelly, the host of the Mind Body Business Show. Until next time, we'll see you again. And until then, so long for now, and blessings to all. Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Body Business Show podcast at www.themindbodybusinessshow.com. My name is Brian Kelly.